I have a couple of thoughts, not unlike what I was just talking to Schubert about. I know you guys do ba-dum, ba-da, so you shorten the E.
Yeah.
I mean, some people do it, some people don't.
Uh-huh.
Do you like it? I obviously like it, you've been doing it, but I think I do too. But just so you know, some people don't do it that way. Because it doesn't have a dot, so if you're a purist, you might quibble. But I think the times I've played it, that's how we did it. So, okay. Yesterday, as I recall, not that I need to tell you this, but the intonation at the beginning was not so good.
Yeah.
This time actually it was fine. The opening statement, so it's good. So okay. Okay. I get. Do you all have measure numbers? You do. Good. I'm thinking a little bit of a problem similar to what I was addressing in the Schubert, which is, I think, at bar 29, or well, no, bar 31 is sort of the first high point. And Brahms is not very helpful because he puts a forte in the piano part in 22, and you guys a measure before that. And then in 29 it still says forte, and at A it still says forte. And that's a little bit preposterous, I think. That doesn't work. So what I think overall, what I would like you guys to try is to perhaps not be, when that when that business starts in 21, perhaps be intense but not as loud, and then think about doing a long crescendo all the way to A.
Okay.
And that may mean, I think it will mean, that you're going to be louder than forte at A. But it's accurate, it's in tune, but it's very static. Nothing's really happening. So I want to try this. You may have to not do a totally all gradual thing. You may have to come back down and go back up again, but something has to happen here that isn't there. It doesn't work musically, I don't think, quite well. So what I'm envisioning again, and we'll try, is essentially intense but not too strong at 21, and then make a long crescendo to 33. Can we try it? Okay, is that a good place to start? 21.
Can we start in the middle of that measure on 21?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Second beat.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
He kind of pulls a fast one on you because then the piano is pretty full and rich until 2 before A, and then it stops. So it kind of works against what I just told you to do, but I'd still do what you did.
Okay.
Or something like, I mean, maybe you want to refine it a little bit. That certainly had more direction, more excitement for me. Okay. Now here again, I'm in trouble because I don't play a string instrument, but you have, beginning in around, let's see, 39, you guys have these octave do, and somehow, some of them, you did it once, but you did kind of a da, da, you change string or you change fingering on one of the octave notes.
Oh, yeah,
here,
that was, yeah.
Yeah, I like that, and I
Okay.
think maybe you need
okay.
to do one, and maybe even more than one.
Okay.
Again, this is like I was talking to the Schubert trio. That there are lots of there are a whole bunch of them, and I don't want to waste your time telling you precisely which ones to do. You might consider one of the higher ones for something. I don't know whether you could do a slide up to, that might be a little gross to
Yeah.
slide up an octave, but something expressive. It's a little antiseptic, just so I don't even know whether you want to try it now because I'm not being very specific. But the thing that you did, I noticed it. You could probably do it even more. And is there a way to? I mean, you might even change string on the note. I guess what'd you do? A harmonic and then?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, frankly, I don't want to have you try. I would just experiment with that. I mean, it should be a little more expressive than it is. Okay. Okay. Then a little piano detail, beginning 57.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you've heard this. Well, let's see. Feel good is for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need. I'm sure you've heard this too, but we need more of the tops. This is one of these chordal melodies of Brahms that he does for us pianists all the time. The tune on the top needs to be brighter all the way through. Maybe just can you try it by yourself, please? Okay, so this is new. That's really better. It's very difficult to, I can tell you, at 40, to teach that technique. Once you know how to do it, it's like riding a bicycle, then I just have to remind you to do it, and you do it on that. So it's not loud, but it's the tune comes out. Okay, splendid. Now let me see. Yeah, okay, that's what I just told you. Oh, okay. Okay, now I have that kind of saying the same thing a lot of times, but the before letter C, 96, that to me seems like another arrival point. So again, you might want to think of crescendoing to that. In your part, let's see. Right. Oh, this is a different score. I see.
Yes.
Where's 90? Oh, okay, somebody's got an arrow here, so I'm going to be contradicting that. If it were for me here, I would da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I would take time there, and then I'm going to ask them to do something similar a little bit later. But
so take time on the first one?
That's it. Maybe. Maybe can we try, forgive me, this is just a piano thing, but maybe you guys can play with him at, let's see, what bar is this? Oh, do you have numbers?
No.
Shoot. I can tell you. Do you guys have numbers?
I have some numbers.
Yeah. Okay. What else?
It's like this part.
Is that 90?
Is that the first
Yeah,
one?
that's 90.
Gosh, how do you guys rehearse without numbers?
We
all got the same
the
letters.
letters.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, you have letters. Oh, well,
Yeah.
can we count from a letter? Where's a letter?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
C.
Oh, okay. Okay.
12 before
12 before C. Okay. So I'd like this to be more special.
Okay.
Can we try it? Again, nitpick on you, but yours sounds like da 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 da, da instead of da 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 da.
Right,
Your sounds a little. It's hard because you have to hop to the octave. Can you just try it?
Yeah.
The first one was the best. It's something you might want to practice. It's a slightly distorted rhythm. Okay, let's get back to what I was talking about before. I kind of like you, but from before C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 before C to crescendo so that you have an arrival point at your da 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 da. Da. Yeah, right to where. Yep, yep. So could we start right where I've just been working with you, which is, what was the number?
I think that's 10 before C.
10 before C. So it's just piano alone for 2 bars. you took a little more time with the, I think that's a good idea. That, I mean, you're sort of paralleling what the piano
Okay.
did by itself. It's nice. Good. Okay, now sorry, I'm picking on you again, but when you do this, yeah, oh, somebody already did. There's still a little triplet-y, da 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 da. It's a da 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 da. It's nasty because if you try too hard to make them, all of a sudden it gets really loud and
Yeah.
sort of klutzy sounding. But could you try it once? Because they're a little on the lazy side. Oops. It was really good, and then it wasn't. Think of them as 30-second notes. I mean, think of them as the shortest notes you can imagine, and they'll be just right. One more time. It's making you slow down a little bit, but I'm throwing a lot of things at once. But yeah, it's a nitpick, but it does improve because you once the triplets stop, you want these to sound the way these do rhythmically. So. And you do the gesture here that I would do da 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 da. You do a thing which is absolutely right. Here again, sorry, I do a lot. Yeah, can you try it once? Sorry, just piano. There it is. Good. Yeah, it's a thin line because those are really wonderful chords, so you don't want to have the notes not speak, but it is a tune, so you don't want it just to be sort of clunky chords. Good. Good. All right, shall we do the development section, please? Letter D. Whenever you're ready, go ahead. What you did with the dynamics this time in the development. So a couple of places you backed off to make your, which is exactly the kind of thing I was thinking about earlier in the piece, so that's good. So I don't have a ton of stuff to say about the development section at all. Oh shoot, no measure numbers. Gosh, it's too bad they don't put the letters a little closer together. Oh goodness. Okay, where you guys know where you have the you know where that is? Okay, I would do what you do in some other places, and that is back off at the end of the scale. You actually do it a couple of times, and it's good. Do you all know where this is? There's a rinforzando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you start that measure? And I do it both times. You have two of them, okay? You don't, you can, so he'll play the downbeat, okay?
Wait, back off at the beginning of it or at the top of it?
Oh no, I do at the da 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 at
Okay.
the eighth. That's what I'm suggesting. I mean, you may not like it, but
Okay.
and then I do it where you come.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
you know, not a huge amount, but something, because it's a little bit all the same right now. Let's try maybe from the rinforzando one more time. Where the sforzando is, it's hard to do, but that should be louder than the preceding two measures if you can do it. And darn it again, the piano backs, it doesn't play on the downbeat, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Is that here?
Right, yes.
Okay.
Do you know where I'm at? There should be a fortissimo. No, yeah, I think so.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Darn it.
Or it's where I go up the octave, if you know what I mean.
No.
Yeah, it's your fortissimo on the C.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Can we try a few bars before that? Maybe, boy, there isn't a good. Maybe the place we just started at before, please, with the rinforzando, and we'll go on. I may scream at you, but just keep going. Okay. Yeah, okay, sorry. I mean, it's the analogous principle, I guess, so it's good. Okay. Then the onomato letter E is, I mean, maybe just this morning, but it didn't quite gel. I couldn't quite, for starters, I wasn't sure whether you're going faster or, some people say the onomato isn't faster, it's just in a more, and are you guys thinking?
We were planning on going fast.
Where you're in? Okay.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay. I couldn't lock in on the tempo. I think, this may be my problem. Can we start right on E, the way you intend to do it? Maybe we need a flying start. How about 4 before E, please? I think you're together. I just can't hear you. I can't.
Okay.
I can't. It's maybe there's. Are you using much pedal?
I was using some of the soft pedal, so that might be why.
I mean, heaven knows you're not the melody, but it doesn't. I can't grasp. It takes me about 4 bars to know what's going on, and I think you're together. I would perhaps do it a little more dryly. Maybe. I'm not saying with no pedal, but rather than doing all in one, maybe every quarter, something like that.
Okay.
Can you try this by yourself, once, please? might do, may seem silly to you, but is play a little more of, because by the way, that's it's actually
Oh,
motivically read, or actually this one. No, I didn't. But anyway, this would really help.
okay.
Can we do it right on E, please? I mean, it's bare, starting cool there. It's not quite together, but I think that will help.
Okay.
So I basically am saying two things. I'm not sure about the soft pedal, to tell you the truth.
Okay, yeah.
You seem to have, you can control the dynamics. It's like I was telling the Schubert, the soft pedal is almost, it's just muffled. It makes it
Yeah.
less clear rather than
Yeah.
softer.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
at least on the recording that I've done, the engineers always hate the soft pedal. Say that, and it's not that they're going to turn dials and fix it. They just don't feel like the clarity of the piano. It's a really good piano. So I know sometimes you feel like you have to, but Brahms says forte for the cello, and so I think, frankly, my instinct would be do without it, and then just use a little less long, a shorter cut.
Okay.
Along with it, okay. And then the third thing, that actually helped. I've never thought of that. I don't know if I did it when I played it, but it actually does help. When the fiddle comes in, all is well. I mean, then there's no problem. Good. Okay. It's a slightly obtuse passage. When you have the sostenuto, which in Brahms usually means to pull back, you guys are thinking of broadening back to tempo 1, probably at F, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We have plenty of time. I wouldn't mind. Would you mind doing E one more time for me? And go ahead. I won't interrupt you. I hope. I don't think so. Taking
Yeah.
the B way up on
Yes.
on the G string.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, it's a little inconsistent today. Maybe just because
Yeah.
it's early in the morning. But I don't. I mean, I'm not telling you not to do it. I like it. I like juicy slides like that. But it's a little bit unpredictable. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's not. And I'm not sure you need to do it twice. Because you do it, don't you? You do it on the B and then you do it on the E later. I'm not sure that's as effective. Maybe it would be. Again, I don't quite know my string techniques to tell you, but it's a really special effect. I'm not sure you might want to just do it once, but
Okay.
I'd consider it. Is one easier than the other, or are they both hard? Or,
They're different. I don't know.
maybe I should. Would you mind doing it by yourself? Would that be
No, that's fine.
unfair to put you on the spot? How about da 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 ya da, something around there, or wherever you're comfortable. Just from the expressive
yeah.
was fine. I guess that's what I don't care for. Is doing
with those two in a row?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess that's where I would quibble with you, whether you should do it
Okay.
twice, because it's the same note,
Yeah.
the both E's. So arguably, maybe you could do the second one.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
And maybe not the first one. It's
Okay.
too much of a good thing somehow. Okay, but I mean, they were all three in tune now, so
Okay.
it's life as a violinist.
Yeah.
Sometimes the note is there. It's because it's. I mean, it's the rewards are great when you get it right, but you're real exposed.
Yeah.
So you know all this already. But yeah, I think that's what my ear was hearing, the same note with the same
Yeah, okay.
slide. If you could come up with some other fancy way of doing it,
Yeah.
what would be real nice, and Brahms doesn't give us, to have something with the cello and that you
yeah.
could do. We always used to try to do that in my quartet.
Yeah, I don't see, like,
You don't have exactly the
Yeah.
same. It's just not the same thing. So, yeah, so not to worry. There'll be plenty of other opportunities. Okay, then forgive me, one other thing, then we'll go on. Gosh, I'm saying the same thing to everybody, but from, you know where the recapitulation is, right? Right where I interrupted you. Okay. If you go back to the forte about 8 bars before that, so here, I mean, this is the same situation that we had at the very beginning of the piece. It's forte there, and then the big return is forte. I mean, it makes no sense at all. Maybe what you need to do is, oh goodness, I don't know, because you guys have a crescendo. Let's see, where is?
We have a crescendo here.
Yes.
You're talking about here.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're forte here,
Right.
and then it's
And
forte
then it's
there.
Forte there.
So do you back off there?
We've
or-
been backing off here at this measure.
Okay,
A little bit. I don't know
Okay,
if we're doing
maybe you
enough,
should do
but-
more.
Okay.
I think that's what I'm, golly. Do you know the measure preceding, before you guys have, do you know where that is? And before that, he has,
Yeah.
forget that. Do you know where that is? It's,
Oh, it's 4 after F.
yeah, okay.
It's a little bit difficult, like here, like 4 before F.
okay, well, okay, is that F? Okay, let's try just F. Yeah, I don't have that one. But what I'd say is what you just told me, that you would back off more. You know what you're talking about. Okay, let's try it. Just write it out. Very convincing, I think, to do just exactly what you did. Yeah, but that was a lot more backing off than you did the first time.
Yeah.
It's really good. The other, just one other small detail. I'm gonna do a recap.
Oh, yeah, back.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Blah, blah, blah. Oh, here. Oh, I'm missing notes. This is a motive.
Bring that out a little more?
Yes. I mean,
Alright.
obviously there's nothing else going on, but you weren't playing it like it was a tune.
Okay.
You were just playing it like a bass. Can you just try your own part anywhere you're happy starting? I don't think you meant that G flat, did you?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah. Could we do it one more time?
Yeah.
Same thing. Oh. Yeah, yeah. Both, I didn't make it clear. That one and that one, I think are,
Okay.
that's where the melodic interest, not this. Ba, 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 ba. Okay.
Okay, so you would rather have me bring up
Oh,
the
yeah.
top line of this
Oh,
instead
yeah.
of the top line of this one?
Yeah, I mean, yes. I
Okay.
guess in a word, yeah. This is pretty static. I think this is.
Okay, yeah.
You want to hear? You want to try one?
Yeah.
I didn't make myself. Small thing, but it's good. Good. Okay. Let's do the recapitulation. Let's see.
G?
That's G.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I think we'll probably go to the end. Okay. Good. So you applied a couple of the ideas we talked about at the beginning in the recap too. So that's good. Just because I'm thinking about it now, do you, on purpose, sort of whip the ending to make it fast like that? Do you know how much faster it is than your?
It's marked animato, so we were.
But I mean, well, yeah. But what's happening is that like the last 8 bars are faster.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's real fast. I mean, good grief, it's really exciting, but for me, it's sort of not the right character given what's going on. No, I know the it is marked animato, but beginning 1, 2, 3. I think let's see, the last whatever 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars should sound like the beginning. This.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So you have faster. Is that fatter?
Or fatter.
Fatter. That's
For
a
the
tone thing.
quality.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll buy that. But it's really fast. It's faster than your on motto. I wouldn't do it. Okay. I mean, you're only human, so it's probably going to push together, but push forward a little bit. But for me, it's a little bit too much. Good. Let me just talk about a few things, because actually, mostly in the coda, but do you guys have an F?
yes.
I think that's different.
No, is it a different F?
It's
You know where you have, let's see, what clef is this? Oh, gosh.
H.
H.
Okay.
Could you play that a little more expressively? It's a little perfunctory. You know where we are?
Yeah.
Could you? It's just a little one measure thing, but it needs to be a little more special. Maybe try it. One more time. You'll have to play with it, and maybe I'm all wet, but even if there is just a little extra time, once it might, because that's a very nice place. I think it would benefit from that. That probably in the exposition too. A small issue with you. Where's your da 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 da? Barrel tops were absolutely fine.
Here.
Yeah, what you did, this happens to me all the time, but when you da 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 da,
Too loud.
yeah,
Okay.
well, you didn't match the volume that you did. You had a really nice nuance here and diminuendos, and then you kind of forgot and pounced on this. So, where's a good place to?
I can just do it just from
Okay. I mean, it doesn't mean that you can't sing here, but you just can't. It can't be abrupt, right? Real level. So I don't even remember if you did that the first time, but this time it was a little bit naughty, I think. Okay. Maybe, can we go right from where that's his grazioso? You have triple stops, and then you come in 2 bars later. Can we begin there, please? Let's stop.
I'm sorry. What?
Maybe we're not.
Boris, it's your pizzicato.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. One more time.
Right, the measure up.
Yeah.
No.
You can actually play more.
Play a little more.
Yeah, because I thought, it almost sounded like the violin had the tune. Have you ever heard the Heifetz recording of the Spring Sonata?
I don't think
With
so.
Emmanuel, well, you know the Spring Sonata. I mean, the violin starts with, and the tune is in the piano. But on all Heifetz recordings, whenever he's playing, that's what you're, so the beginning of it is just da 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 da. It's really, it's very funny actually. But that's, I mean, he was Heifetz and Emmanuel Bay was Emmanuel Bay, so Heifetz always has the melody. But anyway, in this place where I was just talking about, yeah, I mean, I heard more of this. I don't think it's just because I was standing next to her. So can we try this one more time?
Yeah.
Same place. I didn't remember why I put a mark, but where it's pew piano, that has to be noticeably softer. Darn near pianissimo. In fact, if where I were playing, I just put a pianissimo there.
Okay.
So I won't make you do it again, but and I think that happens in the
Yeah, it's in the first
yeah,
one too.
yeah, I should have said. And you did a nice nuance there, and then you did the nice. You imitated him with your. I like it. I mean, you both do the same thing, but it's. You both have to do that. Then, right after that, where you have 3 C's in a row, it doesn't say it, but that sounds pretty uninteresting. Could the first C be louder? Could each C be a little bit, maybe warmer, maybe a little fatter C the first time? How about, can we go where it says pew piano, into the coda, please? You know where that is? I really felt this dynamic was really well managed going into this. But that's yeah. So your coach may not like that, but my thought would just be that those 3 C's should be different from one another. Maybe that isn't the way that you'll like best. But. Okay. Then this often happens when people play this piece. This is fine. But it should be loud for it isn't sforzano, it's on a piano, so you can be louder, longer.
Okay.
And then just clear the pedal and stuff so that by the, she wants to be heard and she's down low, but the air came out of this a little bit too soon. Can you try it right there on this is the onomatopoeia, not to worry. Yeah, I mean. It's almost instinctual. You see an SF and you think it's an SFP somehow, and it's not.
Okay.
It's not. So as long as, and you did it very discreetly because you thinned the pedal out, so by the time you get here, she's going to be heard just absolutely fine. Okay. Maybe we could do that right on the onomato, and I may stop you, but I may not. Okay. was one of those spots where some people argue you have a retired poco a poco and then an in tempo, so that, does it mean you retired from the animato back to a different tempo, or you come back to the animato? I think you're thinking you go back to the animato, huh?
No, we were thinking we went back to
Were
the
you?
original.
But, well, your retard goes below it now.
Yeah.
So, okay. It's all right. I mean, as long as you have a plan, that's okay. The only quibble I was going to have, where you have things like that,
Mm-hmm.
you could play more. If
Okay.
you're really low, the piano has a lot of notes, and you're the main interest. I mean, again, the fiddle's on top, although she's not very high either, but I couldn't, again, I don't think it's because of where I was sitting or standing. Okay. There are a few intonation issues this time, but, you know. But I'd kind of like to hear you do this ending in the time we have left. Can you start where the retard poco a poco happens? It's kind of unfair because it's a different tempo, but see if you can do it.
That's 6 before out.
Yeah, that's it. Something in your part? Did you play a wrong note or did you? That's it.
Yeah,
I think you played
yes,
a D sharp instead of a.
Or I think I
don't-
played a C
Is it?
sharp instead of a B.
Okay,
Sorry,
I don't know
just
if you
did-
always do that or not.
No, I don't. That was just
Okay,
that
I just want to make sure you didn't learn a note roll. Okay,
Yeah.
one more. This is an awful place to start, but let's do it anyway. I don't want to inhibit you, but that's more under control. Maybe the last 4 triple stop chords are kind of too short.
Yeah.
They don't have any core. Both of your parts, you might want to. I'm not saying slow them down, but they're just. Can you try it one, two, anywhere you want? Just those.
Can we go from?
Yeah. Yeah. How about you guys do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th from here? That's better. Yeah, I wouldn't do them any shorter than that. The only other thing I want to just clarify is, so what you do at the place where we just, where it says in tempo, you guys are not at the animato tempo because you come back to that.
Yeah.
At the if that's your plan, I mean it's,
Yeah, our plan is to go back to the original tempo at the end tempo and then go to the animal.
okay. If you might consider accelerating into it or something. It's really abrupt. Now,
Okay.
to me, it doesn't make musical sense quite. I know this is a hard place to start, but if you da 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 da, if it could not be so sudden, I think it would. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Would you like to start at L?
Yeah, that's the end tempo.
You might want to ponder this because you're still abruptly about 10-15% faster there.
Okay.
To me, that it doesn't make musical sense. It just sounds too sudden. It's like you remain almost. I mean, that was better, but it's. And I mean, it's not even entirely true what Brahms wants here. Because, I mean, if you get all mixed up with Italian syntax, because it says in tempo and then animato. You had an animato over here, So is this the same animato as this? Is this in tempo, this? I mean,
Yeah.
but for forgetting all of those words, to me, it seems a little odd to just be abruptly faster at that, where you're do-do-do-do-do right there. I don't want to reinvent it now. I just consider whether if there's some way to either do this faster or do more accelerando or don't do this quite as fast, or something, so that it's not like a new tempo. Okay. All right, thank you guys. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A lot of fun.